Heyo! What is up, you beautiful people? Welcome back to another Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis video. So I'm finally here in America, and I am super stoked to get back to making videos. On that note though, sadly my situation here is not ideal for making videos, but I will do the best that I can to squeeze out as many videos as possible for you guys. So bear with me and let's get rolling. Today's video is going to be an overview and my runs of the normal and hard modes of the latest ranking event. Sadly, I have not had much time for very hard. I could only do one run and only got an A+. So it's a work in progress. I'll get a very hard out as soon as possible. But for now, let's look at normal and hard. And let's be honest, normal is more or less just a bullying session. So the mechanics don't really matter. Just bring some water elemental abilities. Zack, with his black whiskers, and Cloud's maritime sword are your best friends for this ranking event. Taking a look at the map, you are forced to face this T-Moth, Moth Slasher, whatever it's called. Then you want to face the Behemoth, and those are the T-Moths. So you have a choice between those two, but you want to go with the Behemoth. That's the most important thing for normal, because it gives you a physical attack boost for the last two bosses. So you want to go for the Behemoth, and then you want to go for the T-Moths, and finish up with the boss. Now let's take a look at hard. Hard mode is not as much of a cakewalk as easy, but if your team is strong enough, it still is pretty easy. You want to bring water element again, and if you can, a strong non-elemental ability like Zidane's sword for Cloud. That gives you the free energy ability. If you are strong enough, which you should be, you can ignore most of the mechanics as well. So there's no need to bring sigils or even healing Estina for poison. So the enemies here are the Behemoth on the bottom left, and the ugly ass specimen on the bottom right. Then on the top left, we have the Iron Giant and the Armored Scorpion. So, what is... and the boss, of course, the dragon. So, what is the optimal run? Well, you want to start off by facing the Behemoth, because he gives you a physical boost. And that's going to help you put this disgusting thing into the trash, and with the rest of the bosses as well. So you want to go to the specimen, and from there you'll have a random battle by the console on the right. So I prefer to do a bit of a run rather than opening both doors. You want to face the Armored Scorpion third. That is quite important because the Iron Giant's best trance ability lowers your water potency, and the Scorpion is weak to water. So Scorpion first, then the Iron Giant, because the water potency penalty does not matter against the Green Dragon boss. So that is the optimal run. There's a random battle over here that you can use to charge ATB, and is also why I do not open both doors. I want to spread the random battles to get as much ATB charge for each boss as possible. For materia, you want water on everybody. And as I said, stat sticks, because you shouldn't really need sigils, ruin for sigil breaking, and you shouldn't need healing Esuna for poison. You should just be able to slap the bosses and move on. So that was my Sephiroth. This is my Cloud. His physical attack is not as high as I would like, but I've set him up to have, as you can see, the sub weapons are subpar, but it gives me decent R abilities in level 7 boost physical, level 4 boost water, and level 4 boost physical ability potency. So I'm pretty happy with this setup. It's about the best I can do as a free-to-play / dolphin, I guess. I've spent a little here and there. And for Aerith, I've got 2 stat sticks as usual. The Fairy Tail for healing, and I brought Ifrit. And I have leaned into magic attack and some stats. That's what her sub-equipment gives her. Boost magic attack level 7 and magic ability potency 3. She doesn't have much heal, but she doesn't need it for hard. So that's basically my setup. Let's take a look at the runs themselves. Booyah! Alrighty then, let's speedrun through normal. There's not much strategy involved. It's just a smackdown of the enemies. And you take the best R abilities you can get. In this case, it is the boost water potency or the boost physical attack. I did 2 runs and had similar scores. So depending on your team, go for either of those. Again, the only thing really worth noting is to do the Behemoth second for the offensive stats, and the fact that these random battles, you should not really try and charge your limit gauges with the switching to defense strategy. Unless you have quick charge limit breaks, you will not have them in time for the end of the run. So boom bam, sweep the bosses. And there you can see the Behemoth, you get a physical attack plus 15%. Grab all the items, obviously, but don't use any. And then one more random battle before the boss. Again, here there's not the best choices. I go with defense so that I take less damage. And in the random battle, I just hold Cloud's abilities so that I can have max ATB for the boss. That's pretty much all I can recommend. The rest is just hack and slash. And that is my normal run. The best one that I've managed to get so far. And it netted me 164k. Now let's jump right into the hard mode with the team that I showed earlier. First thing you want to do is grab this terminal here to open the top right terminal. And then again, you want to face the Behemoth first, because he gives a physical attack chance, whereas the Specimen only gives water potency, which doesn't help for the Behemoth. So it makes sense to do the Behemoth first. He is not weak to water, so if you have free energy or another strong non-elemental ability, it's probably your best bet. And that's it. Now after this fight, you could go up and activate the next terminal so that you have to run less. But there's a random battle there that I'd rather not trigger right now, because I want to stagger my random battles. Here you pick physical attack at the cost of physical defense. We don't care about our physical defense, so we're always going to pick physical attack at the cost of physical defense, because we are killing the bosses more than fast enough. Now we have to clean up Hojo's mess. So drop a free energy or non-elemental. Quick and easy. Yeah. So now at the terminal, at the top right, here you want to pick the highest water potency, because again, losing physical defense is really not a big deal when we're killing bosses this easily. So here you will get a random battle, and that's why I wanted to stagger the random battles. I'm going to use this one to hold on to Cloud's abilities, charge my ATB for the next boss, and then wrap around and fight the other random battle to charge it again for the boss after that. So this requires a little bit more running, but the running doesn't affect your score, so it's a small optimization, but I think it's worth it. So we got max ATB for this fight. I'm just going to wail on him with Sea Splitter. He does raise his defenses, but just spam him down with water abilities and he should drop fairly quickly. Bye bye. Now you want to face the Armored Scorpion first, because he gives you the trance ability for physical attack again on the right, and the Iron Giant gives you physical attack at the cost of 50 water potency. So you want to do the Scorpion first, so that when you lose the water potency from the Iron Giant, it doesn't affect your run, because you've already beaten the Scorpion and the dragon is not weak to water. So here's this other random battle. So I'm going to use this to charge my ATB again for the Iron Giant. And heal a little, of course. So yeah, that's why I don't enter this room until I've beaten the Scorpion, so that I can stagger the random battles and have max ATB for both of the top right bosses. So now it's a quick beatdown on the Iron Giant. He is weak to water, so Zack's Black Whiskers or Cloud's Maritime Sword is your best bet. Basically just smash him with water as fast as possible. And it won't be long until he needs a name change from Iron Giant into Rust Bucket. There it is. And that leaves one enemy remaining. Ideally, at this point, you want all of your limit breaks charged. Take the physical attack again, and there you can see you lose water potency, which is why you take on the Scorpion first. And as I said, you want your limit breaks maxed out for this. Aerith is just shy of her summon, so I'm going to take control of her, make sure she gets her ability off ASAP, and then basically just drop limit breaks to win the fight. There it is. Boom. Absolutely wrecked. And that is hard mode. I'm pretty sure I can still improve on this run, but since I am limited for time, this is what I'm going to post for now. And for this run, I got 553k. Could be better, but not bad overall. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you real soon with a very hard run. Thanks again. Bye bye.